just wanted to start this video, okay. I had to pull this up on my phone real fast. I had different ideas for videos. Okay, so trans people in prison and all that crap. Because everyone's like freaking out about the whole trans people in bathrooms and everything. Go to the bathroom that you pass as. And if you don't pass as any gender, you can pick one and obviously keep to yourself and go to the stall and just use the fucking bathroom and don't bother anybody, don't talk to anybody, keep your fucking head down. Use the facilities, get in and get out. Don't look under the fucking stalls, don't be a creep. Yeah. Just no. Makes zero sense. Okay. And on that note, also, that whole, like, deal and everything with, cause I heard, I don't know how accurate the information is, because there was a creep, a peeping Tom and everything, and the whole issue was brought up, and everyone's freaking out about trans people in the bathroom and everything, because some dude, obviously cis white probably, I don't believe he was trans, some guy went into a girl's bathroom, and he's, like, peeking around, and being a peeping Tom and everything, staring people, and obviously just being an overall creep and everything, and taking away people's privacy to go to the bathroom, and just staring people, and also, I'm like, why? You want to see people naked and their genitals and all that crap, you won't be able to really see anything from a bathroom stall anyway. And I was like, most likely people aren't changing in the bathrooms or anything like that. You might change in the locker room, but even then, usually people have clothes on and just really fast and everything, so you're not able to see anything in the first place. And if you want to see that crap, you can literally just Google shit. Just look at porn and crap. Like, it's on the internet, look there, don't bother anybody, and don't be a creep, and don't take videos on video, don't take photos or videos, or stare at anyone, or bother anyone. I mean, and I don't even look at real photos or anything for most of the crap. If I wanted to look at porn or whatever, I want to look at real photos of real people, because that's fucking gross. I hate things real. I'm like, I will look at a fucking drawing. Drawing is more attractive, more interesting than people. Yeah. Plus, in porn and everything like that, it's all clean, and people are getting paid for it, and all of that crap. You're not hurting anyone, and you're not involving anyone, and so, yeah, just no. Okay. Sorry, this went a little bit a different topic, but I believe it's all relevant. I believe it is anyway. So anyway, back to what I was saying, is that, from what I heard, that he was like, oh, yeah, and the whole issue was because this guy was like, oh, I'm a woman, so I'm allowed in the bathroom, but I was like, even then, that doesn't mean you can peep at people in the fucking stalls and creep underneath it and be a fucking stalker and everything. That makes zero sense and all of that crap. And I was like, you say you identify as a woman, like, what does that have to do with anything? You committed a crime. And I was like, the only reason he said that is because he thought he could get away with it, and then he wasn't able to get away with it, and he was like, oh no. And I don't know why they took it seriously anyway, and it doesn't have anything to do with the crime. And then also I heard that, the whole point of this anyway, is that I heard that he was put into a women's prison, and I'm like, that's BS. And on that topic and whatever, yeah, trans women are women and all that crap, but, it has nothing to do with prison, okay? A lot of people's rights and everything be taken away from prison, and the whole point of there being a separation and separation of either floors if it's a mixed prison, and separation of different prisons for women and men, why they separate the sexes and everything is to prevent more violence, and obviously to prevent people from getting pregnant. And they were also saying, my sister heard on the news and stuff like that, that there is pregnancy and all that crap because he was put in a women's prison when he's obviously not a woman. And then you're like, so trans women can't be put in a women's jail and all that crap. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you can get someone pregnant, so this really comes purely down to genitals, and I'm like, they literally have to strip you down anyway when you're going to jail. Your privacy is all taken away when you're going to jail. So they'll be able to see and figure out, they'll be like, oh, you have a penis, and be like, oh, you could possibly get someone pregnant, or like, you could cause sexual assault or rape or something like that, so hey, you shouldn't be surrounded or be put with women. And if you have a vagina, then, or if you don't have a penis or whatever, then you should not be put with men who have penises, and that could possibly get you pregnant. So it's not really about the gender, it's about your genitals. It's not even about your sex, what you're born as, it's purely what's down there. Because you could have that changed with surgery. And if you don't want to, I don't want to bother with that. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, I would not get bottom surgery because I'm like, what? You're gonna give me... You could make me a penis out of my clit. And that would be what? Like, maybe 2 inches, but not even 2 inches, 2 fucking centimeters? Why the fuck would I want a penis the size of a baby's penis? Why would I want a baby penis? Why would I want a baby penis? It makes zero sense. If anyone would want to get off with that or whatever, they obviously can't, and there's no use for it, and it doesn't make any sense. And I'm perfectly fine and confident with what I have down there. I'm not going to fuck with it. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to let any surgeon fucking touch it. It's my body. I know how to deal with it. I've lived with it my entire life. I'm not going to fucking change it. Obviously, I'm not comfortable with my top, so I'm going to have surgery to remove that. Because that doesn't make any sense. Why is that there? That's never supposed to have been there. I've always had discomfort with that, and that's my whole genital dysphoria, is because I have stuff in my chest, and that shouldn't be there, and I don't like it, and I hate it, and everything like that. I'm causing myself trauma. Okay, now back to the topic. But yeah, so it's purely about, can you get someone pregnant? And can you be pregnant? Could you possibly get pregnant? Or you could be, yeah. And then our prison system's fucked up and everything anyway, and that they should just be trying to prevent, and their whole job is anyway, is to prevent more crime from the words. Their job is to prevent criminals from make criminals stop committing crimes. Criminal cannot commit crime now. That's the whole point of taking them away from the society and putting them in jail, is so they cannot harm anyone else, because they've clearly harmed other people. That's the whole point. They cannot make any victims and anything like that. And with that, they should add more protection. If they haven't, then they should definitely update it and make sure that the criminals also cannot hurt their fellow inmates, and they cannot commit crimes in prison, and that will be punished in prison for the crimes that they commit against other prisoners, and to protect prisoners from each other if need be. But they're doing their job, and they're protecting others from the criminals, so they're doing okay, but everything can be improved. But if they're doing the best that they can, then they're doing the best they can. There's nothing I can say about that, do about that. But yeah, so for trans people in jail, I think that should be perfectly, I think that 100%, what prison you go to and who your cellmate is and who are you paired with, and what prison you have to report to, should completely rely on to, and should and has relied to in all previous years on what your genitals are. And I do agree with, and it made sense, perfect sense, how in Orange is the New Black, that movie and everything, that they had a transgender female in the female prison, and it's perfectly fine and acceptable because she had surgery, so she has a vagina. So she no longer has a penis, so she can't get anyone pregnant and cannot cause any sexual violence or any crimes against fellow inmates. And there's no more pregnancy. And then you took away, yeah. So then they did that, and you're like, oh, but people can't check your genitals and everything. They literally have to do a strip search anyway to make sure that you're not smuggling crap in, so you don't have contraband on you, so you don't have drugs, you don't have anything. When you enter the prison, they take away all your personal belongings anyway, and they have to check you for their safety, your safety, other prisoners' safety, and also just to double check that you're not going to commit more crimes, you're not committing a crime, and that you can't commit any more crimes. So when you're doing your intake and everything, they can be like, oh, this was a mistake, we're going to change what prison you go to. Easy, simple, and it's not a big deal because people make mistakes anyway, and they just need to know them. So that's my opinion and everything I have to say about prisons, because I don't want to. If I commit a crime, okay. So for me, and the whole reason I'm making this point and everything, it'd be like, oh, if I committed a crime personally, it'd be like, what if you committed a crime? I would not want to be put in a men's prison, because I would be like, oh, because then I could get pregnant, because I don't want to spend another $5,000 to just get my womb removed, because I would have to stay in the hospital for a day, and I would have to deal with an ugly scar, and I would have to deal with a bunch of pain of them fucking removing it and all of that crap, when I can just yell at doctors and hopefully get that figured out so they can finally fucking up my testosterone up high enough so I don't ever fucking have a period again, even though I have it in the fucking normal levels. So they're like, you have it in the normal levels, so you shouldn't have a period. Well, I fucking looked at the labs that you got, and I got them, and I look at it, and I'm still fucking making estrogen, and that's the whole entire fucking problem. And you're like, this is not supposed to be there, and you don't have a fucking chart, because you have that whole guide sheet on there with the results of being like, hey, this is in the range, this needs this hormone and this property and this different level and this vitamin and all this crap needs to be in this range, and if it's in this range it's bad, and if it's this range it's good, and if this is range it's really good, and this is our goal and everything like that. And you don't have that for estrogen hormone, because I'm not supposed to have it in my body, even though my testosterone is higher, way higher. It's higher and is in the very uppers. It's pretty high up. It can be a little bit higher, and I want to, and I need for it to be higher, so the estrogen drops. The estrogen level drops. But it's pretty high, and it's definitely within the range, and it's in the good range for where it's supposed to be for my testosterone hormone level. Okay, so I'm being a bit of a rant and being a little bit sassy, because they were all like, when I talked to my doctor about this and everything, they were like, well, you're now adult and everything, and you need to find someone else to talk to, and you should find another doctor, and you should find someone closer and everything. Well, obviously I don't have anyone else closer, and I have to deal with this crap, and a whole issue of the fucking cost of hormones and my medicine costing an arm and fucking leg, and everyone costing me money, and everything's so fucking expensive. I'm just fucking ranting about everything. And the whole fact that they're like, you should find someone else who's closer and who can see you in person and all this crap. Well, I don't want to have to deal with any of this, and my surgery's been pushed back, and the whole thing, I bring that back up, because I still haven't been scheduled for my surgery, and I just want my fucking surgery. Once I get my surgery, then I can wait a little bit, save a little bit more money, so then I can fucking move to a different fucking city, far away, and then, once I've moved, then I'll find a new doctor, and I'll find a new pharmacy, and I'll find a new counselor, and I'll find a new job, and I'll find a new place to live, I'll find an apartment, I'll probably have to find a second job, maybe another third, so I can earn the fucking money. I won't have any time, I don't have any time now, it doesn't matter. Today off, I have to talk about everything. I just need surgery so then I can move. And then when I move, and before I move, I have to change everything. Change all my information, update all my information about where my address is, have to figure out a place to live, have to do all of this crap. But I'm all just waiting, and I can't do anything until they finally fucking pick a date for my surgery. And they haven't done that yet, and they're not going to do crap about medications, so I'm not going to talk about that, and I've given up on everything. So that's just my mental state, and I've missed all of November. I missed all of my appointments with everyone, so I haven't talked to any doctors. It's great. No counselors, no medical professionals whatsoever. And I was also missed a few in December. I also missed all of my I only had one appointment. I missed that too. So I'm not going to see any medical professionals, and I'm going to have to reschedule everything and deal with all this crap next year. So it's next year, and I have to deal with all this crap. So yeah, I'm a bit of a rant and everything. But, sorry. Yeah, I was like, my issues if I went to prison, and then I was like, my issues? Oh, yeah, I have all these problems. Okay, so back, if I was in a prison, obviously I wouldn't want to go to prison, because then you'd be like, you could be raped, then you could get pregnant, but then I would obviously just commit suicide. I'd probably commit suicide if I go to jail in the first place, and would I go to jail? It should probably be for something minor, and like, you'd be like, oh, for stealing, but I probably wouldn't steal anything, because like, you'd be like, oh, you steal something because you're obviously broke and you need money, but what happens when you steal money, and when you try to steal money, you can't use that money, you can't get any money for it. I mean, you try to steal money from a bank, everything is coded, it's a fucking mess, the cops are gonna catch you before you can ever try to use it. If you use it, you get caught, it doesn't make any sense, and then you'd be like, oh, then you try to steal stuff from jewelry store. No, you can't steal anything from there, like, jewels and shit is, like, basically worthless, especially if you, like, went to a different shop and everything. Jewels aren't worth anything, especially not what they used to be worth. It doesn't mean anything, and it won't take you far, and you can't really resell them or anything like that. And what you're supposed to do with it doesn't make sense. And everything has security cameras everywhere. You're obviously going to get caught. And then you're going to be what? You're going to lose money. You're going to lose money because you're probably going to have to pay bail, and you have to pay lawyers, and all this crap, and you'll be put in prison. And then you'll be losing money, and you'll lose all opportunity to get more money, so you'll become even more in debt and more broke than you already are. So, yeah, there's no point in stealing anything. That doesn't make any sense. And then if I ever, like, committed a violent crime, that's probably because I would have missed my medication and someone approached me, and I would have freaked out in my mind because I'm always terrified of everyone. I believe everyone's attacked me and trying to kill me and trying to rape me. So, yeah, I'm gonna fucking react, and yeah, you'd probably be fucking guilty, but then I'd plead insanity, and I should definitely be put into a mental hospital, and not in prison, so I shouldn't see prison in the first place. So, that's my point. But if I was ever forced to go to prison and everything, I shouldn't be put in the men's prison, because even though I identify as a man and everything like that, I should be put into a mental asylum. Put me into a mental asylum. Or just put me in my own cell and make sure I don't have any interaction with other inmates or anything, so I can't be harmed and I can't hurt others. Would be always forced to solitary confinement. But you can't really do that anyway, because I am depressed and I have a past of suicide attempts. So you can't do that, and the whole situation me talking about this, you can see how mentally unstable I am. So yeah, Max shouldn't go to prison. And Max probably won't. And shouldn't, as long as Max continues to get counseling and takes lots of medications and gets, I need stronger medications. That's what I need. That's what I want to tell my doctor. But I haven't seen a doctor. So when I reschedule everything, I need to see a doctor and be like, hey, give me something stronger. I need some psych meds. And they did also, they were like, the buspirone and everything that keeps me from being so paranoid and everything. They also were like, oh, we'll help you, we'll give you some medicine that also helps with your depression, but hey, I'm not taking that, even though you'd up the dose and everything. I can't take any of that, and I can't get it from, I probably want to be able to make it go through, because I want to go through the insurance, and I have to pay out of pocket, and that sounds all BS, and I have to pay for this crap. So there's no goddamn point in dealing with that. So yeah, just exploding everywhere, mad chaos, everything is a mess. So yeah, but yeah, what's in your pants is all that fucking matters. What you have in your pants is the only thing that matters for deciding what prison you go to, or what dressing room you would use, because you'd probably actually get completely naked in the dressing room. And it's very unlikely for you to get completely naked in a bathroom, and if you do, then you'd probably use whatever sex or whatever you're born with, or whatever you got your body surgically changed to. What's in your pants is all that matters for deciding what prison you go to, and that's the only thing that should matter when deciding if you go to the girls' or guys' prison. It doesn't matter, and it's not as important as in bathrooms, because if you pass a certain gender, then you can use that certain bathroom that's assigned with the gender you pass as, because you have stalls and different things like that. But if you don't have stalls and it's just your lower parts, and you're not taking off any real clothes or anything like that, no one's getting naked, and no private parts are really exposed, and there's nothing for really anyone to peep on in the first place. And if you are, then you're obviously a creep and you should be arrested, and I don't give a fuck what you identify as, or what the fuck you do, or what the fuck you wear, or what the fuck you like. You should be punished for that. And you are going to be punished for that anyway, so it doesn't matter what bathroom you fucking went to. Just don't fucking be a creep, and don't fucking stare at people's genitals and take photos or videos of people. Okay, this took way longer than I thought it would, and I said everything I was in my brain and everything. So, I'm fucking done. I'm done with this BS bullshit. Goodbye.